Hey there, you incredible person watching this right now. Yes, whether you're a parent staring down a mountain of bills, a young investor just starting to build your wealth, a doctor, lawyer, or dentist juggling a demanding career, or an entrepreneur dreaming of turning your vision into reality. Because of its steady dividends and rock-bottom costs, SCHD tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index, focusing on companies with high dividend yields and a track record of consistent payouts. VIG invests in companies like Microsoft and JPMorgan Chase, which have a history of not just paying dividends, but growing them over time. If you're a parent in debt, every dollar feels like a fight. If you put it in SCHD, you'd earn about $370 a year in dividends. Investing isn't just about spreadsheets, it's about hope, fear, and the life you're building. Parents, I know the guilt of wanting to give your kids everything while feeling trapped by debt. If you're a parent in debt, as Warren Buffett once said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. SCHD rewards patience. Its dividends compound over time, turning small investments into big wins. If you're a parent in debt or someone who craves stability, SCHD is still a superstar. Its dividends are your lifeline, and its low risk keeps your money safe. Take 20 minutes today, right? Now look at your budget, your goals, and your risk tolerance. Write down one financial goal. Maybe it's paying off $5,000 in debt, saving for your kids' college, or building a $10,000 portfolio. Then take one action. Open an account, research SCHD, VIG, QQQ, or VGT, or just watch another video to keep learning. You're not alone in this, and you're stronger than you think. I believe in you, yes you. You're not defined by your debt, your fears, or your starting point. You're defined by the steps you take today. So take that step. Your future self is cheering you on. I'll see you in the next video. If you're a young investor or entrepreneur with time and risk tolerance, blend CHD with VIG for balanced growth or QQQ and VGT for a shot at bigger gains. Professionals, you've got the income to diversify. Use SCHD as your core and add growth. The key is to start where you are. Open a brokerage account today. Platforms like Schwab, Vanguard, or Fidelity make it easy. Invest what you can, even $25 a month, and commit to learning more. Watch channels like The Motley Fool or Graham Stefan for more tips. Read books like The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. You're not just investing in ETFs, you're investing in yourself, your family, your dreams. VIG, QQQ, and VGT reward boldness, but they demand resilience. The key is to match your investments to your goals and your risk tolerance. If you need cash flow now, SCHD is your rock. If you're aiming for growth and can handle the ups and downs, mix in VIG or QQQ. If you're all in on tech's future, VGT might be your play. But whatever you choose, don't just chase hot trends. Know why you're investing. Are you building a safety net? Funding a business? Planning for retirement? Write down your goals, because clarity is power. Its dividends give you cash flow to pay down debt or cover expenses, and its low risk protects what you've got. What if you make the wrong choice? What if the market crashes? Here's the truth. No one can predict the future, not even the experts. But you don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. Every dollar you invest is a step toward freedom. Parents, imagine a day when debt doesn't control your life, when you can take your kids on a real vacation. Young investors, picture retiring early, traveling the world, or starting your own business. Professionals, think about working because you love it, not because you need the paycheck. Entrepreneurs, envision your investments fueling your next big idea. That's what this is about, not just money, but the life you deserve. Start small, $50 a month in a brokerage like Schwab or Vanguard. Reinvest those dividends to grow your portfolio. If you're a young investor, you've got time on your side. Consider a mix. 50% SCHD for stability, 30% VED for balanced growth, and 20% QQQ or VGT to ride the tech wave. Professionals, your income gives you flexibility. Use SCHD as your foundation, maybe 60%, and split the rest between VIG and QQQ for growth without betting the farm. Entrepreneurs, you're dreamers, so lean into growth. 40% SCHD, 30% VIG, and 30% QQQ or VG to Buddha. Keep some stability to weather the storms. Diversification is your safety net, like a ship with multiple sails. If one fails, the others keep you moving. Young investors, I see your hunger to prove you can build wealth from scratch. Professionals, you've worked so hard to get where you are. Investments should reflect that grit. Entrepreneurs, you're risk takers by nature, but you also know the sting of failure. SCHD's strength is its stability. Its top sectors, healthcare and industry, with companies like Merck and Home Depot aren't flashy, but they're the backbone of the economy. In 2022, when the market crashed, SCHD fell only 8%, while QQQ plummeted 33%. For parents or anyone who can't afford big losses, that's peace of mind. VIG, with its tech and financials focus, splits the difference. Less income than SCHD, but more growth potential. QQQ and VGT are all in on tech, riding the AI and innovation wave, but they're volatile. If tech stumbles like during a regulatory crackdown or a chip shortage, you could be in for a rough ride. That's real money you could use to pay down a credit card with 15% interest, saving you $370 in interest costs annually. I know a single mom named Maria, a nurse who was buried under $50,000 in credit card and medical debt. She started investing $100 a month in SCHD, using the dividends to tackle her highest interest cards. 5 years later, she'd cut her debt in half and built a $10,000 portfolio. She told me SCHD wasn't sexy, but it gave me hope. It was something I could count on. Then there's Alex, a young entrepreneur who put everything into QQ and rode the tech boom to a $50,000 gain in 2 years, but then lost 40% in a market dip. Both made choices that fit their lives. Maria needed stability to climb out of debt. Alex could afford to swing for the fences. What's your story? Are you Maria, needing a steady hand to rebuild? Or are you Alex, ready to take a calculated risk? Maybe you're somewhere in between, and that's okay. Your investments should reflect your reality. For a family living paycheck to paycheck, that's a game changer. It's groceries, school supplies, or one less late night worry. Now, if you chose VEG, you'd earn $170 in dividends, but your portfolio might grow by $1,800 if the market stays strong. QQQ or VGT could give you $2,200 to $2,500 in growth. But if tech stocks tank like they did in 2022, when QQQ dropped 33%, you could lose 20% or more in a heartbeat. For young investors with decades ahead, that risk might be worth it. You've got time to recover, and the tech sector's long-term growth is hard to ignore. But for professionals or entrepreneurs, you might want to balance stability to protect your hard-earned money, plus some growth to keep up with your ambitions. That's where diversification comes in. Like planting a garden with different crops. Some grow slow and steady, others shoot up fast. But together, they feed you. You're not just investing for yourself, you're fighting for your kids. For a life where you're not constantly stressed about the next bill. If you're a young investor, you're dreaming of financial independence, maybe joining the FIRE movement and retiring by 40. If you're a doctor, lawyer, or dentist, your time is precious, and you need investments that work as hard as you do without constant babysitting. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're pouring your soul into your business, but you need your money to grow so you can take bigger swings. SCHD is like a warm hug. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but it's not going to let you down either. VIG, QQQ, and VG, they're like chasing a dream. They could take you to the stars, but you might crash hard. Let's break down the numbers and see how they fit into your world. It's like a garden that's always blooming, adding new flowers every season. VIG's one-year return as of mid-2025 is about 18%, and its yield is around 1.7%. It's less about immediate cash flow and more about steady growth, which makes it appealing for young investors betting on companies that keep innovating. Next, we have QQQ, the Invesco QQQ Trust, which tracks the NASDAQ 100. Think Apple, Amazon, and Nvidia. QQQ is a rocket ship with a one-year return of around 25%. It's perfect for entrepreneurs or professionals who want aggressive growth to match their big ambitions, but it's volatile, like riding a roller coaster with no seatbelt. Then there's VGT, the Vanguard Information Technology, with a one-year return of 22%, focused entirely on tech giants. It's the Ferrari of ETF. So, why are these ETFs outperforming SCHD? And does that mean you should jump ship? Think of it like a sturdy oak tree in your backyard, maybe. It doesn't grow the fastest, but it stands tall through storms and gives you shade year after year. As of mid-2025, SCHD offers a 30-day SEC yield of about 3.7% with an expense ratio of just 0.06%. That's owned to $6 for every $10,000 you invest. For parents in debt, those dividends are like a monthly paycheck you can use to chip away at credit card balances or medical bills. I read about Justine Nelson from the YouTube channel Debt Free, who paid off $35,000 in student loans on a $37,000 salary by leveraging steady income streams like dividends. That's SCHD's power. It's predictable, reliable, and built for the long haul. But here's the twist. Over the past year, SCHD's total return has been around 12%. While other SCFs have posted bigger numbers. So, let's meet the competition and see what they're bringing to the table. It's like that old, reliable pickup truck your dad used to drive. Nothing fancy, but it gets you where you need to go, every time. Then you look at the other paths, and they're gleaming with promise. ETFs like VIG, QQQ, and VGT, flashing higher returns, like sleek sports cars speeding by. If you're a parent drowning in debt, you're wondering if SCHD's dividends can help you climb out of that hole. If you're a young investor, you're eyeing QQQ's tech-heavy growth, dreaming of early retirement. If you're a professional, maybe a doctor or lawyer, you want investments that match the hard work you've put into your career. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're chasing growth to fuel your next big idea. So, which path is right for you? Let's break it down together, with real numbers, real stories, and a plan that speaks to your reality. I know the weight you carry, the sleepless nights worrying about debt, the hope of growing your money, the dream of financial freedom that feels so close yet so far. Today, we're tackling a question that has been lighting up the investing world. Should you still buy SCHD when 3 other SCFs are outpacing it with bigger returns? Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to guide you through a clear, heartfelt answer that's not just about charts and numbers, it's about your life, your dreams, and taking control of your financial future. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll not only know what to do, you'll feel empowered to make the choice that's right for you. Let's dive in. Picture yourself standing at a crossroads. One path is familiar, well-trodden. It's SCHD, the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, a favorite for so many. Let's start with SCHD, because it's the backbone of so many portfolios. First up is VIG, the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF. Before we dig deeper, let's take a moment to connect this to your life. Imagine you re-a-parent with $10,000 to invest, maybe a tax refund, or a small inheritance. Let's talk about risk, because this is where emotions come into play. Here's a story to bring this home. Now, let's get practical. Let's talk about the bigger picture, because this isn't just about ETFs, it's about your life. Let's address the fear that's probably creeping in. So, should you still buy SCHD? Before I let you go, I want you to do one thing.